Motherfuckers, welcome to my club of Cottontales, a place for me to be 100% me, while helping myself mentally and physically. Happy Friday! It's the first Friday of May. It is May 3rd, 2024. Absolutely, the last couple weeks have been like wild, you know what I mean? We got the apartment. I've started. I've been packing stuff up, kind of, just to manifest moving. Plus, I knew that this year would be the year I'd get on a wait list. Um, I never imagined it would be the one that we're going to be on, and that the other one wasn't even going to happen this year. I'm just kind of like, oh. I've been spending the last little bit, uh, dusting and packing. I got some boxes because I've been collecting boxes for a while for when, the inevitable happened and we're finally moving. So, I got so far I've packed up a few different things like knickknacks and stuff like that, but I've got all my stuffed animals packed up, all of my books, except for the ones that are going to stay out and be like the travel ones. They'll be out for the rest of this month. And then, when I get to my new place, I'll have those stuffed animals to cuddle with. I won't have to open up my stuffed animals to get to them. Um, got all of my books in some sturdy boxes and filled in the little nooks and crannies with decor. Just utilizing every little bit of space that there is. Oh, man. I need to take a break. My elbow is starting to hurt. It's still hurting right now. And my legs definitely needed a break. Um, plus, I still have many days. Like, we don't get our keys until May 30th. And then the 1st, which is 2 days after May 30th, the 1st of June, is when I'll be getting myself a U-Haul and moving everything out. I think the next thing I'm going to pack up is my makeup because I'm not going to be using it in the next month. Um, so I'll probably do that, pack that up. I'm just trying to pack up, like, obviously there'll be, like, eventually everything gets packed up, but towards the end of the month, everything, for majority, will be in boxes, and then there'll be, like, a handful of things, like clothes. Yeah, man. If ever you want to feel like you have lots of shit, move. When you move, you're just like, oh, man, did I have all this amount of stuff last time? Like, oh. I definitely had added to my book collection, so when I was packing everything up, I'm like, man, I feel like I have more books, and I'm like, because you do. Like, we bought, oh gosh, let's see, Down the Rabbit Hole, and then 3 of the Let's Play, 2 of the Cursed Princess Club. So yeah, that's, oh, plus 2 thin books. So that's a total of 8 new books since we've lived here. Very nice. I think I'm going to use this last sturdy box for picture frames. Um, I also have to think about what I'm going to lay in between the picture frames. I do have one newspaper that I've gathered. The moving process. Huh. Alright. Oh, shit. We missed 11:11. That, I'm a little disappointed. Oh, man. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. I already know. I yesterday, um, we went to bed at like 7:30. I was tired. I was like, sleep, yes please. Oh shit. My butt is coming out. Oh me, oh my, oh my, oh me. Get our disclaimers up. Club Cottontale Content 420. We start every meeting with our Club Kottontale, which is, hello motherfuckers, welcome to my Club of Kottontales. Place to be 100% me, while helping myself mentally and physically. Woohoo, we got the apartment. It's still so wild. And I gotta remember, like, I have plenty of days to pack up, but I definitely have to utilize, like, you know, packing up a little bit every day or organizing something. Like, trying to remind my daughter, like, hey, like, this stuff is getting packed up. Like, once it's packed up, I'm not unpacking it. Like, I'm probably gonna pack up all. I know I'm gonna pack up the VHSs, but probably gonna pack up all of the DVDs. I'm like trying to remember how I and where I packed it last time, but obviously things aren't gonna be the same as last time. I do know that all my board games, I put them in my big tote, and that probably will be one of the next things I do. Oh, and I do have some boxes that I specifically saved for things like my Rainbow Smash, my Fortnite pickaxe. That has a specific box that I was like, ooh, you will be perfect for this later on. So we'll put that in there, and then I might just put him in the box by himself. I don't know. That is future Amber's problem. Current Amber needs to think about just taking a break, not worrying about packing up things. But it's like I can't not. Like my brain is just like, yeah. I think I'll put my picture frames and her handprint and footprint um, placards. I'll put them in the same box. Fragility. Oh man, oh man. Oh man. Oh my elbow. Let's send the meeting to my sissy wolf. Maybe, just maybe, she will tune in. I kind of doubt it. I've been trying to get a hold of her. I've called her a lot. And it's always the same thing. Like, she's like, oh, I've been really struggling a lot. And it's, like, I get that, but that's why I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, and I honestly think that she's avoiding my phone calls because she's worried that I have intense stuff. And I think in her mind, especially when I first met her, like I was just like this, and I still am a super strong person, but I've gone through a lot since I met her. So I am not the same person I was when she was 19. You know what I mean? Like she's in her 30s now. I'm almost in my 40s. Like I was in my 20s, she was 19. Like that's you can't compare that to the now. And I think that she doesn't fully know how to like be around me when I'm not 100%, you know. I think I'm just gonna leave it in a ponytail. I'd had a bun, but the bun didn't want to stay, so I'm just gonna take it down. Oh man, oh, I feel like I just take a nap. Excuse me. I feel good that I got all the books packed up, but I'm just like, oh, there's just so much more. It's wild. I could not imagine being a wealthy person moving. Like, oh, like my whole life fits in um, the smallest van of a U-Haul. Or maybe not quite the smallest. The next, like, there's the smallest and there's one step up from that. I need the grandma's attic. Or mom's attic, whatever the fuck they call it. Cheers. I am so red eye. Oh man, to have just like normal amenities. I'm a little freaked out though, like having a regular kitchen with like I can actually unpack all of my kitchen boxes, you know? And then knowing me, I might save a box or 50, you know? Like also I think it's hilarious that Past Amber saved a lot of the like tiny um, Amazon boxes because what we had planned on doing is like put knickknacks in it, and then we could put those little boxes in a bigger box. But you know, true Amber fashion, I'm just sticking stuff in wherever to go because I'm the type of person like I don't. If there is space, it needs to be utilized. Is kind of like my mindset when I'm moving, and even my mindset when I'm setting decor. Like, if something is meant to be a like open surface, I need to remind myself constantly. Otherwise, I'll fill it up. I'm just that type of person. Uh, so when I'm doing the boxes, like I was done with the books and there was a big ass little like hole. I'm like, well, shit, we're gonna fill this up with decor, you know? And then making sure, like, you know, because I have a lot of things that don't seem like they're fragile, but they are like my action figures. Um, I packed up the Deadpool squad, red, yellow, blue, purple, and green. Um, and I dusted them off, and don't you know, the blue one is such a beautiful shade of blue. So I packed up all my Deadpools. They're in with my books, wrapped in a black and white pot leaf handkerchief. It's got cannabis leaves. um, my little action figure dolls, my hair dorables is what they're called. I'm gonna put all of those in with my Barbies. Which that's just a matter of getting down my tub. I have a tub that I keep all of my doll stuff and my Build-A-Bear stuff. So we'll pull that down. Uh, I also have a tote that never got unpacked, so I can just pack stuff into that. Oh man, moving is such a it's always such an interesting thing. There's always the worry that some of your stuff's gonna get stolen or lost or broken. Um, I'm kind of thankful that we'll be moving June 1st. The likelihood of rain is slim. When I moved at the end of January, it was pissing, you know. Um, and I just got the feeling the people that were helping me move didn't really want to do it. That's why I'm really thankful that the people that are going to be helping me move is myself, Allie, Mom, and Dakota. One of my acquaintance slash friend parents from my daughter's drop off and pickup. I'm really thankful that he's going to be helping us. Like, because for one, he's a nerdy guy, so, he'll handle my stuff with care, because fellow nerds tend to do that. It's like, oh, like, you don't want to affect it. Like, for example, my board games and my DVDs were in a tub together, and it got dropped and dragged. I know that it got dropped and dragged because the container, to this day, has gravel stuck in the bottom of my plastic tote. Um, and you could see through it. It was a clear tote. It's very clear to what it was. But that, the two people that were carrying that thing, they don't give a fuck about board games, especially not someone else's. But Dakota would be like, for one, he'd be like, oh shit, look at all your monopolies. You know what I mean? Like, um, and would be handling it with care. Like, I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm just, I trying to wrap my brains around everything, and to be honest, I'm still just kind of in this realm of why are we even doing it? We're gonna die anyways. Like we don't even care to do this. Why are you doing it? And but I have to do it, so I'm having I'm always combating my brains, but I'm really having to combat them right now because we don't see the point. Like, why did we pack our books up? Like, obviously you packed your books up because June 1st you're moving out of where you're currently living, but I'm like, but we don't even want to do that. And it's like, I'm trying my best to not feed into the constant negative thoughts that I always have. And one thing that's really difficult is that people don't realize that even on days where it's not as difficult, I'm still struggling. Like, all of my positivity for life is created from within myself, from absolutely nothing. A lot of people go, well, doesn't being a parent bring you joy? Yeah, but it also brings me a lot of turmoil. I never wanted to be a single parent, never thought I would be a single parent, never thought that my child would have three parents unless I happen to somehow get into a polyamorous relationship. You know what I mean? There's lots of things that just fuck with me. And I'm just doing my best. Like, it would be so different if I was more mentally and physically capable and I could just make money for me and my daughter. Like, I wish that I didn't need the child support. I wish that I had made so much money that child support would have been like $300, because I don't really need the assistance. But my whole entire life, my income is my child support. That alone causes anxiety within me every year that my daughter gets older, because at a certain point that stops. So I need to be able to support myself for when that stops, because the child support essentially means that the child is no longer a child. They're an adult now, so they should be able to take care of themselves. Um, and I don't need it because, well, I'm not the child, am I? Makes me glad that Rainbow's only 5. She won't be 6 until the end of June. Like, school will already be out, and then she'll turn 6. So I still have, 12 to like 15 years, because it's 18 to 21 is how long it will go. Man. Oh, oh, oh yeah. Forgot I grabbed a bubbly water. Trying this new bubbly water because they don't have the boobly at New Seasons, but they do have this Polar Premium Seltzer that I had been looking at and thinking about trying, and it doesn't have aspartame in it. It's just carbonated water and natural flavors. This flavor is actually black cherry, so even more so than the cherry boobly, this tastes like black cherry Shasta, and I'm here for it. Family made since 1882. That's cool. It's also cool that seltzer water has been around for that long. Refreshingly natural. Black cherry seltzer with other natural flavors for depth and complexity. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That good crisp feeling going down my throat hole. Alright, I'm gonna put on my Dark History podcast. We're almost caught up. Like, oh shit.
Get the kids to bother their parents who control the family money. Step 3, buy the toy to shut the kid up. So actually, they needed the parents to be obsessed. In one way or another. Oh my god, when you think about it, it's like, yeah, they would get you and you'd be like, I want that toy, I want that toy. And you would bug your parent, like, please, mom, please. I was bad. I was ruthless. I was like, every day, please. That was bad. I mean, and their plan worked.
I wanted to call Tamagotchi. My mom got me a Gigapet.
Like,
I could never keep that fucking koala alive.
Because now
Like,
the toy was fueled by word of
yeah.
mouth and
But I had a Gigapet growing up. It was a koala, and it was adorable.
Everyone was talking about it, but not everyone could get it. That's how you get people, like, wanting it even more. Around the same time, a couple of toys seemed to, like, come out of nowhere, and they were helping to ride that frantic high of what was happening in Elmo Toyland. Oh, yeah, baby. But their creators had to figure out a way to make children absolutely crazy about them. Girl, they eventually did it. These 2 toys alone changed the economy. Shocked and forever, like, rewired our impressionable little brains. I'm talking about Beanie Babies and Furbies.
Two things that I never really got into.
Because I know you can relate.
The Furbies freaked me out.
Underwear, and you've got, like, that wedgie, and you have to do that weird walk to get the wedgie out. The wedgie waddle. But guess what?
I remember when I finally got an Easy Bake Oven. I was like 14, and I was so fucking happy.
Okay, listen.
my mom thought I was too old, and I just keep thinking, like, I was a 14-year-old. How on earth do you think I'm too old for an easy bake oven? I'd use that shit right now.
Shapewear, lots of
Dude, my
wear,
daughter is
from
at
shapewear that
the
enhances
zoo
your
right
natural
now.
curves to underwear that stretches to like twice its size. Skims is bringing some much needed comfort back into our lives. First of all, right now, if you're watching over on YouTube, this is a Skims bodysuit. I love their bodysuits. But also, I love their underwear. It's like unbelievable. I personally love like the boy shorts and the cheeky briefs. They are airy, they kind of mold to the body, and they're super, super comfortable. It honestly feels like you're
Oh,
not even
cool.
wearing anything.
Ariel
I'm a
found us
crazy
something.
lunatic, but I love their underwear so much that I literally went through my dresser and I got rid of all my old underwear, and now it's just all Skims. Oh, Paul, I should get you some Skims, actually. You're always showing up here naked. The
Oh,
Fits Everybody
the
collection
gray
is available in
stuff.
sizes extra, extra small
Cool.
to 4X, and you can shop now at skims.com. Plus, you get free shipping on orders over $75. After you
The
place
day
your
of Disney
order,
Star
be
Pass
sure
has
to let
started.
them
Oh
know
shit!
that, we sent you.
There's a new
This
Star
is your
Path.
podcast in the survey.
Oh, I
Be sure
didn't
to
even
select
know
family
that.
history from the
Oh,
demographics
Shivy.
that follows. That'd be super cool. Thanks. Now let's
I
get
don't
back
care
to
about that. I
today's
care
story.
about the event. Ooh. Oh shit.
You good about that?
Okay.
So, Beanie
Ooh.
Babies technically came first.
Ooh, look at
You
the
can also
pretty
use the same
mini.
one.
A
They're
day
these
at
small stuffed
Disney.
toys that kind of
How
feel
long do
like
we have?
tiny beanbag chairs.
39
And
days.
every
Why
single
did
one
it
of
say it
them
ends in
was
32 when we have
special.
39?
They all had a
Whatever.
name and a poem about them,
A
almost
day
like
at Disney
honey
Star
lemon
Pass. It's time to
tabs, which
bring
are
the
staples in
magic
their
of visiting
ears.
the
So,
Disney parks to
Joan
your
has her little,
valley
it's
with
not
a
tea time
day
test with
at
JC.
Disney Star
He's
Path.
got
Mine
my
for
bad, Lauren,
precious
it's her
gems to make your
initials.
valley
Last name
sparkle. Get
Jesus.
social
That's
with
so
your
cute.
villagers.
Okay.
Create delicious treats and go fishing.
Paul came
Some
out
very
today
magical
with his
rewards are
baby girl
waiting.
outfit.
You'll be able to
And
put
Paul
a spin on your village with iconic attractions
Joan can
such as
swim
the
much
alien
better.
swirling saucers, the
Anywho,
magic
and
carpets
did you
of
ever think to
Aladdin,
yourself,
and
like,
more.
why do those red
Plus, along
tags have a
fashion
TV
inspired
flag
by
on 'em?
iconic Disney
I
characters,
personally always
and
thought
new
it was
looks
super
for
cute.
Daisy Duck
And
and Minnie inspired by the storybook.
it
Circus
actually
at
stands for the
the
name
Magic
of the company's
Kingdom. Oh my
founder.
gosh.
Yeah,
The
H.
excitement
Time
of
Warner
making
is the
very own
founder
Dreamlight
of
Valley
Time
Park
King
awaits. Step
and the inventor of
onto the day at Disney's
PDAs.
Star
And to
Path
this
before
day,
time
he's
runs
one of the
out.
richest people in the world with a net worth in the billions. But he's quiet.
Another band. Oh, it's
But
an
just like
Aladdin
early Sir
band.
Frank, not
That's
much is
cool.
known about the guy. He grants very few interviews and lives a very
That's cute.
secretive life. He claims to come from like
So
very humble
far, I'm
beginnings,
not.
but that's what all billionaires say,
Those are
huh? They
cool.
want to have that relatable
Those are
story.
really cool,
Sure, Ty.
actually.
Okay. So here's a little
But
backstory
I'm a
on
little
Ty.
underwhelmed. This is fantastic.
Ty was
I'm
born on
loving the
September
Gypsy
3rd,
Daisy.
1944, so he's a
That's
female.
pretty fucking cute. So
And
far,
he
it's
grew up
really
in
the
Illinois with like his
headbands
parents and his older
that
sister.
I'm
His childhood
enjoying.
home was designed by one of the most
Because to be
famous architects of
honest,
all time. Oh my gosh, Frank
some of the
Lloyd
other stuff is
Wright.
kind of
I'm a
lackluster.
big fan. He's like,
To
yeah,
me,
everyone grew up
anyways.
in a house made by a famous architect, right?
Okay,
That's how
so the
houses
two
are
outfits
made.
we get
No
are
time.
Minnie
We
and
live in the
Daisy.
suburbs. Dirt in our backyard. But
Interesting.
hey, this is a
Oh,
view
I
of the roof of my
see.
bed. But anyways, as a
So, I'm
teenager,
assuming, like,
Ty was
there's
sent
two
away
Star
from
Paths,
home
maybe?
to a school called St. John's
Because
Northwestern Military Academy
it's
in
showing,
Wisconsin.
like,
Now, this was like a
premium
military
things and
school.
non-premium things.
He's never
Oh, so
explained
you
why
can
he was sent
do...
there, but
That's
most
interesting!
people go
This
these
is the
academics
first
to
time where they've made it
bad behavior,
accessible
but we
to
don't know.
earn
Maybe it was for
stuff
good behavior.
without
But he
premium.
wanted
So,
to.
like,
When reporters
for
went visiting him
premium,
around the
you
school
get
to
you get
find out
Daisy,
more about his
but
time
you could
there,
earn Minnie no matter
someone
what.
like Ty
That's
got to
pretty
him
fucking
first and
cool.
told the school to say
Not
nothing.
gonna lie.
They paid off? I don't know. Maybe stitches get stitches. I don't know. Which normally is kind of like whatever. But when you're going out of your
See,
way
and
to make
even
sure
these
that
ones are
people
part of the
don't
free
know
one.
something about you, there's gotta be a story
Man,
there, right? What's up, Ty?
if I didn't want that Daisy
Ty
outfit so
eventually
much, I
graduated
would
from a
straight up
super
just
secretive
do the
military
normal
boarding
one.
school, and then he went on to college. But he
Yeah,
dropped out
man.
after just 1 year.
Interesting,
He just wasn't his
interesting,
thing. He
interesting.
floated around for a few years
Alright, let's
after
go
that,
fucking
just
talk to
doing
Mickey
different
real
like
quick, because it
odd
says,
jobs,
you
like
have
working as a
mail.
bellman and
And like when I logged in, it said that shit, so
valet.
like, let's talk to Mickey
And
real
also, he
quick.
was an encyclopedia salesman. That's an old school job. People going to sell encyclopedias. Couldn't even think about that now.
Nope,
Back
not
then,
Woody.
that's what people did. But he realized like none of these are really his passion. But then Ty got lucky. After bouncing from job to job, he reached out
Mickey.
to his Daddy Hal,
Okay, Mickey.
asking for help. Hal, his dad, was a toy salesman at a place called Dakin Toy Company.
Why
Hal was
is
able
Mickey...
to pull some strings and get Ty a job as a salesman at his work. Ty turned out to be a natural salesman. Like, he was really good at it. But the way he went about it
He's
was
not
like
even fucking
a little
available.
quirky,
It won't let me
strange,
talk to
some
him.
might say. Ty would
How
arrive
fucking
at
weird
sales
is
calls
that?
in a Rolls Royce, late, wearing a fur coat, top hat, and carrying a cane. Okay, bro, that's a choice. But good for him. So he was a toy salesman, like, who came to work dressed as the Monopoly guy, which kind of makes sense. I don't know. He wanted people to think that he was loaded. They say dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have. And he was dressing. Well, did
Mickey,
he want to be
you...
the Monopoly man?
Let me walk into a building.
Anyways,
And maybe,
he wanted people to
hopefully,
think that
it
he was
will...
loaded. Okay?
Dude, my
And apparently it
storefront is
worked
still
for
bogged out.
making
Are you
6
fucking
figures.
kidding me,
And this
man?
was in the 80s, so that was a lot. I mean, it's still a lot, right? But, like, back then, that was, like, a lot. Ty was just living his little rich life, killing it, until one day, he was fired. Oh, yeah. Apparently, allegedly, on the side, Ty was trying to make his own toys that could, like, make him even more money. And he was caught trying to sell a few on company time.
Cool how they've
so they had to let
updated
him
it.
go. Plus, he was making his dad look bad. Come on, get it together. So, Ty took a little time out from the toy industry for a bit. And during this time, his father Hal sadly passed away. But Ty inherited a ton of money from Daddy. Wow. Instead of using it on another fur coat and top hat, Ty pours the money into his own company. And in 1986, he came back swinging with his own company, Ty Inc. So he first launched the company
The
with like
hell
a
did I
line of
spend
toy
my
cats.
moonstones on?
And they were successful like right away, not because they were cuter than any other toy cat on the market. It's because they were stuffed with PVC pellets instead of stuffing. So they had a much more like satisfying squish to them, way better than a regular stuffed animal that had more of a pillowy feel. Okay, so the toy cat does well. So he's like, okay, I gotta do something else.
Interesting.
Ty decided he had to like go with
Not
the pellet
sure I
stuffing
remember
again.
what
And he
I
knew his key to success would be giving people
purchased.
what they expected, but like slightly different. So he decided to go with stuffed animals again.
Interesting. Well,
This time, he was going
Destiny.
to understuff them.
Okay, you gonna let me talk to you
First, I
now?
was like, oh, so he's
Okay,
making
cool.
his strategy. As
Mickey,
well as
talk to me.
understuffing them, he was going to
Come
make
on,
them
why
smaller.
are you being
The
so
idea
fucking
here was
weird?
that
There we
kids
go.
would be able to pose the animals in different
Do
positions.
I have news for you?
So they wouldn't be stuck in just one shape. Plus, they were like, I don't know if you ever had a Beanie Baby, but if you got one and you threw it at your sister, it wouldn't hurt as bad. You could hit each other with it. It wasn't that bad. I might throw you across the room, Joe. Once he had the prototype, he knew, like, this is it. This is going to be my money maker. And then, ta-da! The Beanie Baby was born.
Yeah!
Praise God. He debuted them at the 1993 Toy Fair in New York City. I know, there's a toy fair. I'm like, can I go? Is it still happening? It is still happening. There's one coming up, like, not that, in, like, the summer that I kind of want to go to. I just want to see what's out there. I like toys, they're fun. So he first came out with, like,
Where should we put Daisy's house?
now known as the
Oh my
original
gosh,
line. The
Daisy!
original line included Chocolate the Moose, Cubby the Bear, Flash the Dolphin, Legs the Frog, Patty the Platypus,
Maybe we'll put it
the Lobster,
by Casita.
Splash the Orca, Spot the
It's
Dog,
funny.
and
The spot that
Sailor
Goofy's
the
house used to be in.
Let me know down below, because I know you had one. I freaking loved Patty the Platypus. I mean, she didn't have arms, but she did so much. And Pincher's the Lobster, remember when they did the McDonald's thing? I got him in a Happy Meal. So, okay, we all thought they were cute, because they weren't. They were so cute. And that, of course, helped sales. But the big boost for Beanie Babies was their price point. Originally, Beanie Babies were only $5 each, which meant that they were accessible to almost everyone who was in the market its earliest employees said, quote, at the beginning, nobody really wanted Beanie Babies, end quote. Ooh, what a diss. I'm just kidding. It's the truth. At first, not only were customers kind of meh about them, but toy store
Daisy,
owners
Daisy,
didn't think they
Daisy,
could buy
Daisy,
their stores
Daisy.
after
Oh,
putting
that's so
everything
cute.
online.
I
Ty
just felt
realizes
like
that he needed
Daisy
to
would be
like come
perfect
up
by
with
my
something
little
to make the
like
world want
oasis
a
flower
Beanie Baby.
area.
So
Oh
he
man, I'm so glad they
sat
didn't make
down
us
with some
work
figures
for
together.
Daisy.
Got to use
All
his
we
head
had to
and
do
he had improved some
is
plans.
get her.
Big evil plans, some might say, but whatever. So he thought to himself, hey, what if not everyone could get them? You know? Like, what if they were kind of like a VIP collector's item? All he had to do was play a few online
Oh
games for
shit,
the entire world. So listen, in 1995,
fucking
Time
Daisy
Inc. made a
Duck, you
big
guys.
announcement.
Fucking Daisy.
All
Oh,
babies are retiring. R.I.P. LOL. Okay, listen, this wasn't exactly his own original idea. At the same
I
time,
miss
like
you too,
Disney was
Daisy.
doing the same thing with some of their movies. Remember with the damn vault? They would put on these commercials explaining that there were only a few weeks, a few short weeks, to buy Aladdin VHS before it went into the vault forever. And you fucking lost your mind. You're like, I have to get Aladdin VHS. It's going in the vault forever. You don't understand, Mom. I need Aladdin. Like, what will I do without Aladdin? So you panicked. You told your parent, go out and buy it, right?
Oh
And
my
they did,
gosh,
because it was going in the
yes.
vault forever. Because we saw it
Yes.
every freaking time. Ty was doing the same thing with
Let's
beanies.
go
And kids
to
were
your
like
house
freaking out. Like,
right
no
this
pictures.
moment.
Lobster, please not pictures. Like, I have to get him. And because of this, like, people
And I kind of like
rushed
it
to the
too because it's
stores
got
to fill them.
a Donald
They're
sign right
retiring
there.
Beanie Babies.
Oh
You
my
know, before
god,
they
her
die
house is
forever.
so
But even back then,
pretty.
Ty, the numbers he
Oh, Junior is gonna love
Ty
her
had a method where
house.
he would sell each store 36 new Beanie Babies at a time. That way people would just like rush out to get them, just like they did with the Tickle Me Elmo, right? I mean, there's only a limited amount. People wanted it. People were buying the Beanie Babies and selling them at like insane
Got
markups
her
because
little
they knew
makeup
someone
area.
would
I
show
love how she has the
where and pay
dollhouse
the
out.
price. People would like,
Oh,
go to their local
M.
store, get their
Jeezel.
hands on like an Iggy the Iguana Beanie Baby for $5, and then they would turn around and sell it
Oh,
online
it's like
for
a hair
like
salon.
300.
Oh shit,
And someone
bitch.
would buy
Is
it.
this your side
I
hustle?
don't know. It wasn't even one of the good ones either, but someone bought that. But this is where like Ty thrived. He really killed it when it came to creating a demand for this product. And again, listen, this was the 90s, so just as the Beanie Baby madness was rising,
The
the internet was being
boutique.
born. Or it was kind of like
Ooh.
becoming the internet. You know what I'm saying? And we were like, what? SpaceJam.com? And thanks to Beanie Babies, one of the first online stores ever was able to
Oh,
$1 million company.
it's not a dollhouse. It's the
Because of the
boutique.
Beanie Baby. I'm
Oh
talking about
my
eBay.
gosh.
I have a love-hate relationship with eBay. I go through phases where I'm like all into eBay to this day. I'm like, I don't know what I'm trying to buy. I bought a bunch of VHSs recently, for a good price. But I love me some eBay. You can like, anyways, let me not go into an eBay freaking rant. Anyways, eBay thrived because of the Beanie Baby. Beanie Babies and eBay became so tied to each other that within 2 years of eBay's launch, 6% of sales on the site were just Beanie Babies. And because this age of the internet didn't have a lot of like protections
OMG.
for buyers,
So that's her little
sadly,
boutique.
a lot of people
Okay.
ripped off
So your house is a side hustle and you got a boutique, bitch.
list and sell Beanie Babies that he never had. He would take people's money and then delete his account. He was trying to hustle. That's shady. But, you know, someone was going to do it. When the authorities were closing in on this guy, his response to the accusation was the following. Ha 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 ha. And then he said, quote, all you people are really quite ridiculous. You make a deal via email, never see the person, never speak with the person, and then you get upset when you get ripped off? You must be a bunch of morons. Anyways, he posted this online in like 1996. And I think I did a great read on that. Ha 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 ha. I felt it, the emotion. Even though some people shied away from eBay,
I'm a little disappointed that Past Amber spent my moonstones. And I don't even remember what the fuck we spent it on.
I mean, people were taking it to their They live
Mm.
in like those clear boxes for protection, and then have the clear, heart-shaped plastic cover for the
I
tab
remember now.
because people want to protect it, thinking long term this is going to
And I'm
save them
not
a lot of money.
disappointed because I like it more than the current things.
And
Like,
if they were
honestly, really, it's just
shitty, you know,
Daisy's outfit.
plastic protectors and whatnot,
Um,
those sold for like
but we have
tens of
39
thousands
days.
of
I will be
dollars.
moving
There were even products like the
in
unofficial
before that,
Bitty Baby
so
handbook that
if
you
it's meant to
sold.
happen, it's meant
And
to
this
happen.
handbook
But
was kind of like a Kelly Blue
right
book,
now,
you know, the one for cars, but it was for
all
Bitty
bills
Babies. Yeah,
and
and it would show
budget
them
is just
their
super tight.
current
I
values,
even
what
somehow
they did,
misbudgeted, and I've never done
yeah,
this.
what their
Never.
future
So I
value
like, and I
would be.
feel
You know,
ridiculous.
did you have
But
to?
I
Like, I had this
misbudget,
book
and
I
I
would
was
read it at
$2
night.
short for
I
my
don't know
fucking
why,
phone
but
bill.
I was
Thank
like
the
a little
universe I
starving
have a
because I wanted.
handsome devil of a
And that's
fucking
like
best
the
duder
one thing
who
people
just
really care
happened to
about is like,
have,
will these
you know,
Beanie
$2. He
Babies pay for
actually
my
sent me three.
retirement?
He's like, all I
And I
can
will say
spare.
this is my own
I was like,
opinion,
thank you so
but I
fucking
feel
much.
like
You know
this
what I
is when
mean?
it became not
I
fun
actually I sent a
because
bear
the adult spending
showering love, and I
is
said I love you so much.
expensive, and
So
all
I
we cared
actually
about
didn't
was
even say
money.
thank you.
We're the kids, us
I
kids
gotta
at the
remind him
time.
that
We
I'm
just
fucking
wanted it.
thankful
It was
for
so
that.
cute, you know, and it was only $5, so you could like get it with
I
an
actually plan
allowance.
on,
Remember allowances?
when
Like
I'm
little
able
snuggle
to, I'm just gonna send him
allowances.
like
Let me know
20
down below.
bucks,
Do you
you
sell
know,
your
like thank you
kits?
for all
Does
that
that
you do
work?
for me.
As their
And
popularity continued to
especially,
rise,
you know,
Beanie
the
Babies got
assistant
more
when it
and
comes to my
more and
bills that
more
I
love from
have
the media.
that
This is because Ty did
somehow
what
I
a lot of people
misbudgeted.
refuse to do even today. He made
Uproot
sure
some
his
prickly
toys
neighbors,
sold in
cast about for
small
some fish,
businesses. He didn't
cross
sell
royal
to the big
items
ass
off your
corporations. That was
list.
just
We can do
adding
all of those
money
things.
to the Scrooge McDuck pile of cash, you know? Gold bars all around them. He knew he'd make money off these beanies either way. So it's like, why not help small businesses along the way? And it was like, oh, I love that, you know? Ty, sweetie, that's so sweet. I love that. But in 1997, they hit it big. Ty immediately backtracked his small business thing and locked down a major deal with McDonald's. I love McDonald's. I know, it's bad. I know. But give me a chicken McNugget Happy Meal with some barbecue sauce, and I'm happy little meal. Anyhow, so he partners with McDonald's. And McDonald's, they asked Ty to create a
Memory.
special line of teeny Beanie Babies for their Happy Meals. And even those became collectibles. Yeah, the hamburger toys. I won't lie to you, there is a bin in my mom's, I think it's at my mom's house, that is filled with the McDonald's Beanie Babies. So let me know if you want to buy one from me. I got them all. I'll go to my mom's, I'll get that bin, okay? And I'll sell them to you if the price is right. But yeah, I fell for that. I love Beanie Babies. Anyhow, Beanie Babies also gave the 90s one of the biggest retail events of the decade. And it had to do with the death of one of the most beloved celebrities of all time. Aw, John, thanks. You're so sweet. I know my skin's been looking really good lately. I mean, your feathers, don't get me wrong, they are looking healthy, shiny, great. Anyways, I've been like, you know what I've been doing. I've been drinking more water, I've been getting more sleep, and of course, I can always rely on Apostrophe. Apostrophe is an online platform that connects you with a dermatologist who will help you find the best skincare treatment for your skin needs and slash or concerns. Through Apostrophe, you can get access to oral and topical medication that use clinically proven ingredients to address all types of skin concerns. And honestly, they're the best because their whole mission is to help you feel confident in your own skin. Isn't that right, Joan? I feel like us women are kind of stuck in this weird place. Like, you want to look youthful and pretty, but like, also the aging process is so beautiful. I don't want to look like Catwoman. You know what I'm saying? So whether you want to address fine lines, wrinkles, or dark spots, that's your choice. You know, it's up to you. But if you decide to do something, Apostrophe is here to help. I mean, I've been using Apostrophe for years now, and it's so simple for me to just log into my account and schedule a visit. Don't even have to leave the house. I mean, I guarantee you'll love them as much as I do. If this sounds like your cup of tea, we have a special deal for our audience. Get your first visit for only $5 at apostrophe.com/darkhistory when you use our code DARKHISTORY. That's a savings of $15. Look, this code is only available to our listeners. And to get started, just go to apostrophe.com/darkhistory and then click get started.
I
Then use
do
our
have a
code
minute,
darkhistory and
but I'm
sign up,
gonna use
and
it.
you'll get your first visit for only $5. A special thank you to Apostrophe.
Oh, the next time someone says that to me in real life, I'm so gonna say that. Even if it's just for a sarcastic moment.
That a lot of people will remember for the rest of time. There was shock across the globe. That's because that was sadly the day Princess Diana died in a car accident. So, Ty, out of nowhere, was like, profit. No. But, he was. Because Ty was like, we're going to sell you something you never knew you needed. A super special edition Beanie Baby honoring Princess Diana. When you look at it now, it's kind of like, bro, really? Okay. Look, it was like the classiest Beanie Baby the company had ever released. If you don't remember, you don't know, listen, it was royal purple, Beanie, the bear. It was a bear. And it featured a white rose on its chest. It was beautiful. We were crying. I remember looking at it like, oh, it's so beautiful. Apparently, the funds from the sales went straight to Diana's memorial fund. But did they? I don't know. Either way, it made people, I guess, feel good when they were buying it. They were like, oh, we're helping, But just like with all the limited edition beanies, people were frantic to get their hands on one. They really believed if they got one, they wouldn't ever have to worry about money again. Instead of stores selling 36 bears like normal, they were only able to sell 12. So just like with the Tickle Me Elmo, people were going to do anything they could to get one of those Diana Beanie Babies. Even if that meant shoving a bitch. Okay, but wait, I need that Diana fucking bear. One woman, her name was Gretchen LeMay, told a story about fighting. It's not funny, but she told a story about fighting an old woman for her Princess Diana bear. Yeah, she literally came out and said, quote, she was going for it, but because I was younger and faster, I got it first. If it were anything else, I would have relented and said, oh no, you go ahead. But I was like, this one's mine, end quote. Okay, Gretchen, you go. Worth it.
This one's
But in the
mine.
end, Ty agreed. It's just funny that she came out and admitted, like, yeah, I pushed that old woman out of the way. I respect it, Gretchen. Honesty, that is. But anyways, in the end, Ty kind of screwed over those people when he went against his own rule and made more Princess Diana Beanie Babies than expected. Yeah, well, yeah. This meant that more people had them and they became, less special. In other words, less valuable. Today, because I literally went on eBay the other day, you can still find some eBay listings offering the Princess Diana Beanie Baby at insane prices. It's weird. I mean, that doesn't mean anyone is buying it, but I want you to buy it and let me know. I just want to know, is it a scam? I can't figure it out. Because why are they listed for, God, thousands of dollars today? It just doesn't make sense. So if you buy one, let me know if it's a scam or not. I'm just curious. If you have one and you want to get rid of it, send it my way. I will replace Joan and put the Princess Diana Beanie Baby right here. Because she is beautiful. Okay, she deserved. Sorry, you could go. I'm just kidding, John. So in 1999, Ty Inc. made an earth-shattering announcement to the press. It was on their website too. Maybe you remember this. It left everyone shooketh. It said the following, quote, very important notice. On December 31st, 1999, 11:59 p.m. CST, all beanies will be retired, end quote. This was, people were speechless. Shocked collectors and fans everywhere didn't know what to do. They were losing it. What? Ty, no, you can't do this to us. No. It was drama. People were freaking the fuck out. But of course, people forgot who was making this big announcement, Ty is famously unreliable. And then a few months later, I think it was in January, if I remember correctly, I did live through this iconic moment in history. Thank you. But Ty took back the announcement, yeah, and with that, he launched a brand new Beanie Baby for the new millennium. And it was ugly, too. It was. Come on, it was ugly. I mean, hello. imagine? This is the guy who made an entire business off of playing mind games with people, you know, but what do? It was like, do you believe him? Or, like, maybe he's bluffing? I don't know. But, of course, the announcement was fake. But also, this was a time when we thought the world was going to end. You know, remember 1999, December 31st? We thought the world was going to end. So it was kind of like, buy the Beanie Baby because you're going to die tomorrow. So, facts. But this latest marketing scheme was the final straw for Beanie Baby fans. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, can't get fooled again. Is what people were thinking at home. Look, they've been burned by Ty one too many times, and this really pissed them off. How dare you lie to us and tell us it's going away just so you could we knew what he was doing, and it was obvious this time. Okay? I was one of the pissed off people. So people, like, after this, they stopped buying Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies flatlined. Ty didn't think this was a big deal at first. Like, he always thought the fans would, you know, make a comeback. Plus, all of his sneaky Beanie Baby moves throughout the decade made him worth like $4 billion in 1999. So he's like, I'm good. Whatever. Just trust the process. But this time, Ty was wrong. We were loyal as upset customers. We're not buying Beanie Babies ever again. By the year 2000, Beanie Baby sales were taking a frickin' nosedive. Like the plane was going down. Okay? And along with that, his precious net worth too was falling from the sky. But Ty wasn't gonna go down without a fight, and he's not gonna like let anyone take his fortune either. So this genius, he hides about $93 million in Swiss bank accounts, you know, so he wouldn't have to pay taxes on it. But he ended up getting caught. In 2014, he was sentenced for the crime of tax evasion. And he received a whopping 2 years of probation, a $100,000 fine, plus 500 hours of community service. I know what you're thinking. Rich people get away with everything.
It's new.
$93 million in an offshore account?
Motherfucking afternoon.
And he gets a little slap on the wrist? I know. I was thinking, like, I wonder if he sold one of his Princess Diana bears to help cover the fine. So on top of Ty's fall from grace, there was another problem that added to the Beanie Baby flop era. It was Y2K. I know I just talked about, but do you remember? Look, in 1999, people were worried because everyone thought computers, like, wouldn't know what to do when it switched from 99 to 00. Like, nobody thought, like, the computers, they were all going to explode. Everything was going to shut down, and the world was going to end. Yep, and we were all collectively clenching our butt cheeks, terrified that it, like...
I wasn't, but...
At the same time, people were starting to have...
I was 13 years old, partying like it's 1999. My family didn't grow up with a computer. Like, we didn't have computers in our home, so I'm sure that's why we didn't care as much as others did.
And they're like, hey, like, why can't we have that too? So in the early 2000s, there started to be this intersection of, like, toys and tech. Oh, it was so cool. It was so exciting. Do you guys remember those robot dogs? Those little ones in the Janet Jackson music video? You know. I wanted those so bad. So bad. It was so cool. It was so exciting. It was like, these are the toys of the future. Oh, it was such a fun time. Remember recording devices? Because Home Alone, I wanted a talk voice so bad. I wanted one of those. They had all these exciting tech toys coming out, and it was just like, wow, this is the future. Like, I don't want a Beanie Baby anymore. I want something cool that does something weird. These were toys that could do things. They could move, bark. They had these, like, light-up eyes that were kind of low-key creepy. Like, are you
Okay.
kind of like laser me or something? I don't know.
I think I'll put her
But whatever, it was
boutique
cool. And they made
right
stuffed animals
behind
look
her
kind of
house.
boring and dated. Like, Beanie Baby, you're not talking to me. You're not barking at me. You're doing nothing. And those little robot dogs were just the beginning. Because the next big thing was already in the works. It was an ultimate mashup between technology and toy. They had a baby. And its name was Furby. appointments with them online or through their app. You can search for a doctor by location, availability, and the ones that take your insurance, so you're not wasting anyone's time, you know? ZocDoc is checking all the most important boxes. Recently, I've been looking for a new psychiatrist, so naturally I went straight to ZocDoc to look for, you know, a new doctor that takes my insurance, has availability, and isn't freaking far away. And with ZocDoc, you got more options than you even know. Go to ZocDoc.com/darkhistory and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/darkhistory. ZocDoc.com/darkhistory. This is the story of a guy who invented Furby on his time. Yeah, I tried on a whim. It was pretty good. Anyways, let me tell you a story about the guy who invented Furby. You know Furby. God, I love Furby. His name was David Hampton. So, David, he had a brilliant mind when it came to engineering. He was a smart guy, okay? When he was just a kid, he would entertain himself by doing stuff like taking apart toasters. You know those people. They like to tinker. And also, like, fixing his neighbor's broken radios. Like, that was his idea of fun. And I love that. I respect it, because you know that person's smart. They're gonna go far in life. You're like, fuck, I sucked at everything. I did. I sucked at everything. Anyways, I'm here, so let me shut up. When he was old enough to work, he took a job at a TV repair shop. And even after that, when he enlisted in the Navy, he trained in aviation electronics, where he would, like, work on planes. After traveling the world with the Navy, he ended up in Silicon Valley, California. This is where David becomes friends with another toy maker named Caleb Chime. In 1997, Caleb and David, they made their way to a toy fair in New York where they lay their eyes on one of the greatest toys ever invented. Tamagotchi. Oh, the Tamagotchi, don't get me started. You know what a Tamagotchi is, right? Well, if you don't, I don't know where you live or what you're doing, but let me tell you, Tamagotchis were like these little egg-sized toys with a tiny screen, and you would like interact with a digital pet on the screen to keep them alive. It was a virtual friend, and you were completely responsible for it. And the game is just don't let it die. Okay, that's the whole point of the game. Don't let your Tamagotchi die because you're a bad parent. You felt bad, and all the poops everywhere. Remember the poops? There were two types of Tamagotchi people. You were either the kind of person who was obsessed with like keeping your Tamagotchi alive, or you were like most people and you were like, whoops, he shit everywhere, died. Poor guy. Poor Harold. R.I.P. You know you did this shit on purpose. Murderers. The toy set itself apart because it gave kids a sense of responsibility. They were responsible for this cute little creature, and if you killed it, you were a murderer. You know? But it was cute. And it was so
People say they
successful.
eat with their
Apparently,
eyes.
two people who invented the Tamagotchi
People say that you eat with your eyes
in
first.
1997. I did not
That
know
won't be
that.
true
I
here.
didn't know that. Good for them. Once they got to the U.S., Tamagotchis became one of the biggest toy trends of the decade. Over 91 million Tamagotchis have been sold since then. Now, if you do the math, which I'm not going to do, but if you did it, that's a lot of money too, right? And it got me thinking, like, I wonder how many of them are still alive. If you still have a Tamagotchi and it's alive, let me know down below in the comments. What would it grow into? Because I never got that far. Remember, it would grow from like a little dude to like a cool alien, and you never knew what kind of alien you were going to get. And I never got that far because he always died. Because I had to go to school. I couldn't take the Tamagotchi to school. Like, they banned that because it was becoming a problem in the classroom. So I'd be at school all day. I'd come home dead. Killed my Tamagotchi every time. Back in the 90s, like, a whole bunch of schools also ended up, like, having to ban the Tamagotchi because kids were focused on trying to keep them alive and totally ignoring, like, hello, you're in a classroom, pay attention. So parents were, like, taking their kids' damn Tamagotchis to work with them, trying to remember to feed it and, like, keep it alive for the child. What about the children? You know? And if they didn't, they would die. And their kids would freak out. I mean, if you have kids, which I don't, but if you have kids, you don't want your kids to freak out.
Okay.
No. That's what you do. It goes real bad. Anyway, so David and Caleb are watching the Tamagotchi take the world by storm, okay? But David sees one problem with the design. Quote, you can't pet it. End quote. Great point. It it's kind of
Sounds
toxic
like fun.
about it. It's kind of like our phones. It was a toy that demanded your attention.
You seem bored right after we were done talking.
Focusing on your schoolwork, children. Like, of course you're going to forget about all the other toys if one of them is threatening to die. It was very dramatic. Apparently, David turned to Caleb and said, quote, I just want a little guy that'll be my friend, end quote. Aww. Same, David. Same. So David gets to work. This guy's smart, remember? He's like, I want to build a toy that takes the best of Beanie Babies and Tamagotchis, mush them together, and make a baby.
Damn,
So
these
he starts
things are
off
fucking bomb.
building a brain. Oh yeah, Frankenstein. A brain that would like have its own language.
I haven't had
And be capable
quick
of
things in a while.
learning.
These ones are a hint of salt. They're so damn good.
Tiger Electronics to a guy named Roger Shipman. Caleb and David, they pitch Roger by calling their toy, quote, a living gigapet, end quote. Which, by the way, a gigapet was like America's knockoff of a Tamagotchi. Same family, different pet. But gigapet. Oh yes. Sorry, I just had a flashback. I remember those. I had a gigapet because they were cheaper too. Couldn't afford the Tamagotchi. The gigapet was like lower end. I'd go to the Merino Valley Mall and get me.
Gigapet was lower end.
Shout out to Mobile. But David and Caleb really win Roger over with their pitch. They tell him about like how their toy was designed to build a relationship
Fucking massive.
with its owner. It would be able to react to touch, so a kid could pet it, and it would make like, you know, sounds. And with the advanced toy brain, it could even react to light and snore once the lights went out. The cherry on the cake was that Furby had its own language. Now, this is true. It was actually a combination of a bunch of different languages, which David learned back in his Navy era. So, the Furby vocabulary would include words from Mandarin to Hebrew. He called the language Furbish, allegedly. The original name for the Furby was Furball, and it was shortened to Furby, plural, Furbies. So at this point in their presentation, I imagine the toy executive, Roger, was just frothing at the mouth. Caleb and David were legit geniuses, right? We know this by now. I hope you know this. Genius. Smart people. So they were confident that their Furby was going to be like the next big thing. He's like, take my money! So Tiger Electronics bought the rights to Furby. But a few months later, the company, it got acquired by Hasbro.
So,
and if you don't know, like, Hasbro was the toy company.
that's how you put your outfit on it, but...
The day of the big New York Toy Fair. So according to our expert, Chris Byrne, it was the talk of the town at the fair. People all over the
So
building
visitors
were running around
from
like,
other valleys can buy it?
Use Hasbro to
Whoa.
spot like this blah blah blah. Because Hasbro, the biggest company in the industry, apparently paid $335 million for Tiger. Now Tiger at this time was like a little company that no one really cared that much about. You know, Tiger's showroom had been empty, and then once word got out, it was like suddenly mobbed by a ton of people, and everyone knew something big was coming. Look at John. This is a cute sweater. I could totally see you wearing this, huh? What about me? I wonder if they have my size. Let me see. Oh, it only comes in bird sizes. Interesting. God, this is like the worst website I've ever seen. It's so bad. I have no idea how to check out. It really shouldn't be this difficult, right? Fly over there and let them know that they're messing up. You know what, John? This would not be a problem if this company used Squarespace. Get us close up. Smile. So, if you have a website, a small business, or if you sell really anything online, you need to get going with Squarespace. They are an all-in-one website platform for business owners to stand out online. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out or are part of like an established brand. Squarespace makes it easy to sell anything from products to content to even time, all in one place and all on your terms, baby. All you have to do is have an idea, right? And Squarespace will really handle the rest for you. So no more excuses for having a janky-ass website, okay? With Squarespace, they have the tools to help you start selling online the right way. Go check out squarespace.com offer a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to
Yeah, I thought it would have put one of those on it.
squarespace.com/darkhistory to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, go to squarespace.com/darkhistory to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. A big thank you to Squarespace for partnering with me on today's episode. Now let's get back to today's story. In February 1998, the Furby. I just had a brilliant idea, Joan. What if I replaced you with a Furby instead? At least a Furby could talk to me. I know, I'm looking for a replacement in front of you, and that's kind of rude of me. Let me know down below if I should get a Furby instead. In February 1998, the Furby makes her red carpet entrance at the same toy fair where Bee Babies first debuted. And the news spread like wildfire. Like, what's this Furby? And Furbies in there were like, Furby! When people first saw Furby, they were like kind of confused. I mean, I get it. It basically looks like an owl and a chinchilla had mated, you know? And there was no gender, so it wasn't clear who would gravitate more towards this creature. Was it going to be boys or girls? They don't know. But here's a cool toy. We'll see. But the Furby was undeniably unique. And Hasbro really believed in Furby's potential, so they fast-tracked it. The plan was for Furby to be released in time for Christmas. Genius. Love that. So the marketing team at Hasbro gets to work fast. Everything was riding on Furby being like the it toy in time for the holidays. It wasn't enough for Furby to be on the shelves by December. I mean, there had to be buzz around it. So they start shooting all these commercials because, bitch, they needed to hustle. And of course, they air the commercials at prime time, just after Saturday morning cartoons. These commercials promised something more than a toy. It was a friend who desperately needed you. Kind of like the Tamagotchi, but it couldn't be killed. And it talked and you could touch, you could pet.
I'm so confused.
You know, it was a codependent love story. Furby would arrive
Why is this one
at
different than these ones?
only Furbish, its native tongue, but slowly it would apparently, allegedly, learn English as you taught it. I remember, like, okay, so I got a Furby, of course. Hello, I was a kid. I wanted it so bad. I got a Tamagotchi, and I also got a Beanie Baby. I was hitting them all. They got me good, okay, with their marketing. I was a kid, and I just wanted a Furby, okay? I got one eventually, and when I got one, it was just so much pressure. Like, I felt like I had to talk to it all the time so it would learn. And then there was rumors that, like, you know, it was listening to you and, like, being like, devil! I don't know. Okay, but listen to this. We here at Dark History, we found the truth behind the Furbish language. There was no learning happening like they said. The more the Furby was used, the more words would be unlocked, you know? So the English words were already in there the whole time, and they were tricking us to believe that it was learning from you, but it wasn't. It was programmed to with the words. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. But regardless, it felt like Furby was learning, and it's not like the most important thing. Plus, it was more technologically advanced than any other toy on the market. No one could figure out how this thing worked. David admitted that if he had access to a Furby when he was a kid, the first thing he would do was, quote, take the fur off. Hot. Wow. And then he would take it apart and see if he could put it back together again. I know, very Ed Gein. I don't know. Like, great, David. That's great. In October of 1998, just a few months before Christmas, Hasbro staged a meet and greet for Furby at Chicago's FAO Schwartz. I think I said that correctly, which was a huge, fancy-ass toy store. I mean, the line, it had 6 blocks down Michigan Avenue, and people were, like, so excited. Yeah, if I could meet Furby, I would be lined up, too. By the end of the day, thousands of Furbies were on back order, and the Hasbro people must have been like, yeah, bitch, go, Furby. By December, people were getting in line at big department stores at like 2 a.m. to ensure that their kids would have a goddamn Furby for Christmas. But there just like weren't enough of them to go around. No, they were not pulling a Ty Warner and, you know, creating demand. They just were selling out. Everyone wanted one. I mean, look. So I don't know how old I was at this time, but I know I was young. And every day before school, I would call Kmart and like Target. I would hit all of the toy stores and stock. And I did this for weeks, maybe even months. I don't know. It just became like I had to do it all the time. And every day, no, we don't have any. Click, and whatever. And then one day, hi, do you have Furby in stock? Yeah, we have one. Like, I didn't know what to do. I went in my parents' room. I woke them up. I was like, there's a one Furby at Kmart. You need to go and get it. And they're like, no. Like, no. Trying, you know, they were trying to parent me. No, you need to work for it, whatever. And I was like, God damn it, parents. Get it together. Give me that Furby. I wasn't spoiled, I swear. I just knew what I wanted. And I wanted a Furby. Anyways, so my parents told me, no, we're not getting it for you. No, 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 no. And then when I got home from school, they had gotten me the Furby. I know. I was like gonna cry. So dumb. But shout out to my parents. You guys really came, you know, it was so great. I was so thankful. Unfortunately, the fun, it didn't last that long because my Furby wouldn't shut up. Like, he would talk all the time, and I was like, girl, I can't think. Okay, you're talking too much. So then I put a pillowcase over his head because I wanted to, like, cover the sensors of his little bed.
Okay.
Pillow over his head. He didn't stop. Mine was defective. In stores, Furbies retailed for like $30. But just like the babies, people had started snatching them up and then, you know, reselling them for profit. Furbies would get listed on places like eBay for hundreds of dollars. It was insanity. And as it got closer and closer to the holidays, these prices went up and up. It got to a point where parents were buying eBay Furbies for thousands of dollars. I know. Customers started to get angry. They saw this limited availability as an attempt to gatekeep Furbies and drive up demand. I mean, everyone thought this was another Time Warner gimmick, but engineered by Hasbro, you know? So they could make more money. And can you blame the people? I mean, we had trauma from that Princess Diana bear. Hasbro claimed that they were working as hard as they could to get Furbies out to everyone who wanted one. And it seems like they were being honest because they were forced to like overnight ship product from China, and this put like a major ding in their profits. Clearly, they didn't see this coming. At the end of the day, no one can plan for a fad.
Interesting.
Not even Hasbro. At the end of the day, none of the success didn't come from like supply and demand tactics like BBBs. It came from the twisted but genius codependent relationship it created between kid and toy. It was beautiful, genius. I mean, kids were like totally attached to their Furbies. It was everything and more than they were promised in those Saturday morning commercials. Unlike Ty, we'll never know just how profitable Furby was for David, because David is a very extremely private person. Good for him, you know? I mean, Ty Warner literally took, like, out a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal to announce to the world his many millions in profits. But David, he was giving me Unabomber vibes. Just the opposite. No, in my opinion, he was giving me Unabomber vibes, is what I'm saying. Don't get in trouble.
In a half hour, my daughter will be getting on a bus to go back to her school.
David was like, I'm out. Peace. Good for him. You know, he basically disappeared off the face of the earth. He ended up moving with his family to a house in the Tahoe National Forest where they lived off the grid, like even without electricity. Unabomber, I know. And he never disclosed the location of the house because he was so worried of crazy people like coming to him and demanding credit for this was happening all the time. All we know is that he lived like in an area where the nearest town was like 25 miles away. Good for him. Just really, I'm out, bye. But David's invention would become so popular that Furby was even referenced during President Bill Clinton's impeachment hearing. Yeah, we got some weird crossovers happening here, right? Babies, innocent, death of Princess Diana. theories were proved wrong, of course, but my personal favorite conspiracy was that Furby was covered in fur from real cats and dogs. It wasn't true. Again, Tiger Electronics was forced to respond to these allegations, and they had to assure everyone that Furby's fur was 100% acrylic. Everyone, again, calm down. Of course, all of these fears and the overall weird vibe of Furby have led to a bizarre second life for the toy on the internet. Today, if you look up Furby on Etsy, there are a ton of bizarre versions. Some people have been inspired by David Hampton's weird pitch to defer all of the Furbies, and they do just that, and it's creepy. It gives Terminator vibes, you know? You're like, oh my god, Furby, you're naked. I can't look. So creepy. So people like take off the fur of the Furbies and they would use it in insane ways. You can buy hats, sweatshirts, scarves, backpacks, all with the original Furby face on them. Like, I don't mean like an image of Furby, I mean the literal eyeballs and beak from classic Furbies. These people are artistic and creative. But damn is it creepy. Plus,
But damn is it creepy.
shops offer quote unquote long Furby, which is an absolute nightmare. I don't know why people do this. I'm not hating on it. I appreciate art, but this is questionable. It's like a long L-shaped pillow with a Furby face popping out at the top.
Yeah, man.
Only the internet could create something so artistic and beautiful, but yet so gross.
And
Good for
terrifying.
us. We're creative and a little questionable, but whatever. These days, the official Furby has transformed, you know? As technology has advanced, Furbies are now closer to what conspiracy theorists feared they were. There's a new Furby out. Yeah, the newer Furby is called Furby Connect, and even comes with its own app. Oh yeah, app on the phone. Jessica Card, a computer programmer, even hooked up a Furby to ChatGPT, and the results were, a little scary. According to Jessica, Furby GBT said, quote, Furby's plan to take over the world involves infiltrating households through their cute, cuddly appearance, then using their advanced AI technology to manipulate and control their owners.
Oh
They
my.
will slowly expand their influence until they have complete domination over humanity. End quote.
I have no
Great,
idea
can't wait. What about you?
how I'm supposed to
But imagine
complete
if after all the crap that we've been through
the
in the last few
challenge.
years, like
Where do I display it?
take us out? I'm not mad.
That's pretty cool that the two outfits you put, though, they
if
display
that's
in
how
the
we're
window.
taken out, at least it's gonna be by a cute little friend. The culture was
Maybe
forever
this
shifted
is
by
the
Furby.
area
I mean, it paved the way
I'm
for more
supposed to
advanced
do it.
toys, but there's really like never been anything quite like it, right? Even though kids today mostly just want to play on their iPads or their phones or whatever. If you think about it, adults today are still kind of looking for the things that those first Furby commercials promised. Companionship from a robot. Are you a robot? You know, when you really think about it, Furby was kind of like the training bra for Siri. And with like people getting deeper and deeper into AI to the point where we aren't even sure what's real and fake, my only question is this part of Furby's plan? Toys in the 90s made people lose their minds. Kids and adults were brought together by the frenzy surrounding Beanie Babies, Furbies, Tamagotchis, almost like the tween girls and adult women being brought together in the Sephora aisle today, you know? I think the takeaway from this is that capitalism has been making people insane for years. And the next time you see a weird looking toy, just know the toy creator is probably a little odd. Well, friends, thanks for hanging out with me today. Now, with St. Patrick's Day coming up, I was inspired to look to the Emerald Isle, you know, Ireland, for an episode idea. So I started to get into Irish history, and I came across the classics, like the very depressing potato famine. Yeah. But one thing jumped out at me, something I saw repeated over and over again, and it was something I've never heard of before. Starting in the 1700s, there was a place where, quote, fallen women, end quote, in Irish society were sent to straighten out their lives. Turns out these places were absolutely horrific and resulted in the abuse and deaths of countless women who were forgotten by society. Come back next week for the dark history of the Magdalene laundries. And I'll tell you this, it's not like a laundromat. You know what I'm saying? It's rough. Also, join me over on my YouTube where you can watch these episodes on Thursday after the podcast airs. And while you're there, you can also catch my murder, mystery, and makeup. I'd love to hear your reactions to today's story, so make sure to use the hashtag Dark History over on social media so I can see what you're saying. Because I go looking. Now let's read a couple comments you guys had left me. Shall we? Summer left me a comment saying, Bailey, I would love to watch you play Sims. Maybe consider a stream. I'm all about Sims 3 right now. Summer, that's a great idea. I just don't know how to do that. And I like killing my Sims, and I don't know if anyone wants to watch me kill my Sims. I don't have time. But then, I play these games, and I'm like, why am I playing this game if I'm complaining about not having time, and then they die? And plus, The Sims these days, you have to go to work, keep the house clean, eat, make sure you eat, shower, be social. It's so demanding. It's like real life. I'm like, where's the fun? Because my sim hates her job. First of all, I could go on about this forever, but thanks. Maybe I should. Help me, how do I do a stream? Let me know down below. Thornton Girl left me a comment on our Valentine's Day episode saying, my kids call themselves Mom's Party Favors because they were all conceived on vacations. Your kids are funny. Good for them. Maybe you should get them all shirts that say Mom's Party Favors. For Christmas, that's a good idea. Have them wear it, take a little family portrait, and then send it to me. Al left us an episode suggestion saying, have an idea for Dark History. I want us to do a deep dive into NASA world. Why didn't I think of this? That is genius, Al. NASA is huge. NASA is cool. Space? Vibe. Maybe we can totally do that. Al, you're great. I'm writing it down. Right here. And I'll let you know when it's up. Hey guys, I really appreciate you for hanging out and watching, and I love you for engaging. So keep the comments coming, because maybe you'll be featured. Or maybe you won't, but I'd read them. Yeah, so do it down below. Dark History is an Audio Boom original. This podcast is executive produced by Bailey Sarian, Junia McNeely from 3 Arts, Kevin Rush, and Matt Enlow from Maiden Network. Writers, Joey Scavuzzo, Katie Burris, and Allison Filobos. Production lead, Brian Jaggers. Research provided by Xander Elmore. And I want to say a special thank you to our expert, Christopher Byrne. And a special thanks to Jessica Charles and Xander Elmore.
I really
like
this outfit.
Bailey Sarian. I hope you have a good rest of your day. You make good choices, and I'll be talking to you next week.
That's pretty cool.
Goodbye.
Wild, these updates, man. Dreamlight Valley just keeps adding new shit.
When you buy Kroger brand products, you feel like you're winning. That's because they offer proven quality at lower than low prices.
Have you got a story
In fact,
for me?
we guarantee that you and your family will love how Kroger brand products taste, or you get your money back. So next time you're shopping for the family, look for delicious Kroger brand products, because they'll make you all feel like you're winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
So I decided to look into some Irish history. And I realized the
We
only
leave
thing
here.
so many of us know about
I'm gonna
Ireland
leave here even
is
earlier because I left here at 1:30 and I still got there just ever so slightly late because of my hip and my knee. So make sure that we leave at a time to get us there on
The
time.
story I found shook me to my core. You know it's for real. Am I right? Found it. While I was looking into unknown Irish history, unknown especially to Americans, I kept reading about this thing called the Magdalene laundries. They sounded so innocent and pure, all about cleanliness. Like nothing to see here, just laundry. But that is exactly what the Catholic Church wanted people to think. Because these laundries turned out to be a network of facilities that destroyed the lives of countless women. They were part prison, part work camp, part reform school, and were open for business for about 231 years until a a mass grave site was discovered and blew this whole scandal wide open. This episode is about the horrific truth behind Ireland's Magdalene laundries.
Ooh.
Are you sure you're strong enough to handle yourself out here?
Hi friends, I hope you are having a wonderful day today. My name is Mooiisstt and I'd like to welcome you
That's
to my
cool.
podcast, Dark History. Okay, sorry Joan. Our podcast, Dark History. She's holding a gun to me. Help me. Here, we believe that history does not have to be boring. It might be tragic, usually is, right? It might be happy, but either way, it's our dark history. So all you need to do is sit back, relax, and let's talk about that hot, juicy history goss. And today's dark, okay? Before we begin, I just wanted to give everyone a heads up that this episode, there will be some stories that involve sexual abuse. So just a disclaimer ahead of time. And I'll make sure to do this more often moving forward for you as well. Okay, so our story begins in the mid-1700s. To set the stage, you need to know that in Ireland, religion was, and still really is, everything. The church told the Irish who they could be friends with, where they could live, what school they went to, and also like who they could marry. If the church said jump, the Irish said how high, Jesus. Back then, people in Ireland were either Protestant or Catholic. And as time went on and the country became independent, more people were Catholic and the Catholic Church got stronger. But no matter what religion you identify with, everyone agreed on one big thing. Society was going to hell in a handbasket. There was a crisis, and that crisis came in the form of corrupt women. Or as the Irish called them, the quote, fallen woman.
Don't have that. That's
The phrase fallen
Daisy's
woman
blow dryer. It looks like a
described
Barbie blow
people who
dryer.
had lost their innocence and had fallen from the grace of God. Just like the most famous fallen woman of all time, Eve. You know, she ignored God's message and got us kicked out of the Garden of Eden. Like, never mind the men's part in this. They're simply encouraged not to sin, but women were the sin. And the worst kind of fallen woman to them was the sex worker. And there was this paranoia at the time that sex work was on the rise. It was believed that any woman who had premarital sex or got pregnant out of wedlock would be on the fast track to selling her body and her soul. This is when a rich white lady shows up and decides that she's going to save these poor souls. She's going like full Michelle Pfeiffer in Dangerous Minds. Lady Arabella Denny was born in 1707 with a silver spoon in her mouth. Her mom came from a wealthy family, and her dad was the first Earl of County Kerry. So Lady Arabella was essentially like local royalty. Her life is essentially eat, pray,
I'm gonna
love.
check the event,
Like she goes
see
to spas, has dinner parties, and hangs out with her
if we have
wealthy
anything
friends.
to.
And it's great,
I don't
you
think
know.
we have anything to
But I
collect.
guess she was feeling like, you know, her life didn't really have much purpose. That is, until one day she reads an article about a place called the Foundling Hospital. Foundlings was the word used for babies who were abandoned, sometimes even killed because they were born out of wedlock, which was a major sin. So the hospital was trying to address this very dark, using quotations here, dark problem. But the real problem was conditions at this hospital were horrific. They just didn't have enough resources. When Lady Arabella reads this, she realizes, this is my philanthropist moment. She can actually create some meaningful change here. So she decided to go full extreme
Oh, that's even part
makeover
of the
and set out to
free one.
revamp the Foundling Hospital in a very big way. She was like, Ty, that guy Ty, move that bus! New hospital. Great. Not only did she completely renovate this hospital building, but she treated the staff like people. What a concept, huh? She made sure the nurses were paid properly and that the working conditions were actually good, not just enough to get by. All this proved that Lady Arabella was great at business and could get a job done. And her next project kind of like fell right into her lap. While she was running the hospital, historians say that it's likely that she read letters from the mothers of those
Alright.
illegitimate children, aka the
This has
fallen
been fun. It
woman
was a
we
nice
talked
little
about earlier.
break.
And
Giving
that's
my arms and hands and knees and everything a break. I think I'm gonna do a little bit more packing before I leave to go get Rainbow. But either way, I'm gonna end the meeting. Thank you to anyone that's been lurking, twerking, watching incognitally, watching this later on as posted content. I hope you have a fan-fucking-tastic Friday. I have my daughter this weekend, so my Friday is going to be spent with her, and then Saturday with her, and Sunday she goes to her dad's. Um, and that's when I will commence, like, major packing. Major packing. Like, I'm going to pack up majority of Rainbow's room. I'm going to leave out certain things, so she still has stuff to do, but I want most things packed up, so then I don't have to worry. I just don't have to worry. Like, I would be happy if everything was packed up May 30th. You know what I mean? The day I get my keys. And I might bring something, like one little box. Um, but I have lots of stuff that, is just display stuff. And just display stuff can get put away. I am gonna leave a few things. Uh, it'll be like, I'll have a little box of knickknacks that I'll fill. Because everything else is going to get packed up. But yeah, until next time and always, I hope you're being kind to yourself and everyone else. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Ooh.